Hello and welcome to this mid-morning taste challenge. I have two 40% alcohol blended Scotch whiskies from Diageo, the owners of Johnnie Walker, the Johnnie Walker brand. I have one of the most famous whiskeys in the world, Johnnie Walker Red Label, introduced in 1867 as Johnnie Walker Old Highland whiskey, renamed in 1909 to Johnnie Walker Red Label, and the Old Highland 12-year was renamed to Johnnie Walker Black Label. Bought this big bottle for like $35. So that's a good deal. Now, I got a lot of it left. Now, here is Johnnie Walker, A Song of Fire, blended Scotch whiskey, introduced in 2019 as in collaboration with Home Box Office as a television series promotional. A series I never watched. I don't really watch anything on television except for the news and live sports. True story. All right, it says a big write-up on the back about the story, which I'm not going to read. Peated malt from Colilla lends subtle smoke, which I didn't pick up any smoke on my solo review, to be honest. Tempered by a rich, rounded sweetness. A full-bodied flavor delivers subtle red fruit, a hint of spice, and a sweet smoke. This blended Scotch whiskey is best enjoyed neat for a warm, smooth finish. Well, I'm going to definitely have it neat, no ice or water added. And it was discontinued about a year or two, maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It just was out to promote the television series. I don't know when it actually literally went off the market. It's a clear glass bottle, but they got this shrink wrap, adhesive shrink wrap on it. Okay, that's the label. Just like the Johnnie Walker High Rye, it's just like a plastic coating. If you took a knife and cut it off, it would be just an empty bottle, a clear bottle. Okay. No, I did not pay the $40 that they wanted. I didn't want to buy it. I didn't care about it. I knew it was a television promotional. I didn't take offense to that. I didn't think that was something wrong because companies do that every week. I just didn't want to pay $40. And then when a local store had it for $14.99, I suddenly got interested. So I bought the Song of Fire and the Song of Ice, and I paid $29.98 for two full bottles of Johnnie Walker. And that's a deal. You know that. Assuming it's any good. And, they're not going to make something bad, but it might just be kind of blah. But Johnnie Walker Red Label does have an age statement. The Song of Fire does not, but it has an age statement. It's aged 3 years. I know that. It says it right there. Age a minimum of 3 years. A lot of people say it doesn't have an age statement, but it is put on the bottle kind of hidden in a way. So I can see where people would think it doesn't because it's kind of hard to see it. Appearance. I think the Song of Fire is a little darker, not much darker, a little bit more amber, and the Johnnie Walker Red Label is a little less amber. Now, we'll show the website, or I should say, I'll show the website. We'll look at it together. Johnnie Walker Red Label Scotch whiskey is the result of combining up to 35 whiskeys. Now, do the batches change? Sometimes 35, sometimes 30, 33. This I do not know. England's most celebrated pours: Cardew, Colilla, Cambridge, and Tiananich. So you get a lot of different famous single malts blended into the grain whiskey. And a lot of these probably all of the single malt companies sell their products not just as a bottled single malt, but also to be used in blends. Okay, so there you go. One of the most used in the world. And you can go and visit the Johnnie Walker Experience, not a distillery tour, because there is no distillery. It's a blending company. I mean, I guess they could take you on a tour of blending facility. They might do that. Maybe they show you how they blend it together, the laboratory where they do it. They might do that. I shouldn't sell them short. Some dude says, I will enjoy the drink. Okay, so hello to the viewers. I like Johnnie Walker Red Label, but I know some people say it's kind of simplistic. I don't know about that, but I'm used to it. This Song of Fire, I'm not. I only tried it once. I wasn't too thrilled with it. Did it taste bad? No. Just didn't have much flavor. It was kind of dull, I thought. And I was like, where's the smoke? They're talking about smoke. Yeah, just honey, bread, honey top. Okay, sourly, honey topped white bread crust. You know, you can buy that at the grocery store. Kind of smells like that. Think Jim Beam is better than Jack Daniels? I'm not too sure about that, but it's certainly not worse. I like Jim Beam. I like Jack Daniels. So, but we're doing Scotch today, not bourbon. Okay, this is a little brighter in the nose, like honey and bread crust, but it's like brighter. It's just like that one's more downbeat. This one's more upbeat. Let's go with the taste. Cheers. A little smoke from the Kalila, most likely. Kalila single malt. And I'd like to buy a bottle of Kalila. Getting smokiness, grain, cereal grain, probably corn, malted barley. Don't know about rye. But like I said, there is a Johnnie Walker High Rye, 60% rye. It's a rye whiskey. I put it in my rye whiskey taste challenges. It's a rye whiskey from Scotland. So it's a rye whiskey and a Scotch. It's both. I like the smokiness. I like the honey. I like the savoriness. Maybe it's only aged 3 years. Well, I know it's only aged 3 years. The bottle says it, but I love it. I love this product. I think this product is great. You say it's mass produced. I don't care if it's mass produced. It tastes good. And that's what I care about. If it's micro produced, middle produced, macro produced, micro, middle, or macro, I do not care. If it tastes good, I like it. If it doesn't taste good, I don't like it. Do I find a lot of whiskeys that don't taste good? No. Now this one, honey and sugar. Honey, sugar. I like honey. I put sugar in my first cup of coffee in the morning, not the second or third. I don't. There's a neighbor driving up next door talking on his phone. Yeah, it just tastes like honey, sugar, maybe some corn syrup. Like you get that Cairo with vanilla in it. Cairo has vanilla added, vanilla extract added. It kind of tastes like that. But no You can forget smoke. That's out of the question. So I don't know why they're talking about it on the label. They say a hint of smoke. There's nothing of smoke. So I'm saying this is the Johnnie Walker Red Label. And I got it right. And I think this one's going to lose a lot. And I'm sorry. And I'm not against the television show. How can I be against it? I never watched it. I barely know what it's about. Some fantasy stuff. And I don't care about fantasy, sword and sorcerer type stuff. Full medieval, early Middle Ages, Dark Ages. I don't care. I'm not against it, but I don't care about it. Okay. I didn't even like the comic books like that from that era. I like real history. I like reading about the Byzantine Empire, which is really the Roman Empire, Eastern section, and England, the Kingdom of England, and all that. But just fantasy stuff, I'm not into it. I don't care about it. But if you like it, it's fine with me. Okay. This one, talking about England and kingdoms and all that, this one does relate to that because it is from the Kingdom of Scotland. Remember, a long time ago, the kings of Scotland became the kings of England. James VI of Scotland was invited to be the king of England. Well, he was the next in line anyway. So because of hereditary, there was some family relations between England and Scotland. So he became the king of England, but he was James I of England. And then, so those two kingdoms eventually were combined legally as the Kingdom of Great Britain. Then they added Ireland later, Kingdom of Great Britain, and today Northern Ireland. But anyway, if you look carefully, this bottle has an insignia on it here, and it says this product is produced under a royal warrant. A royal warrant of the bottle says Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. I bought this bottle when Queen Elizabeth was still the monarch, but she died, 96 years old. What do you expect? But now the new bottles will say King Charles III, King of England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, the Isle of Man, the Channel Islands, Canada, Ascension Island, St. Helena Island, Bermuda Island, Tristan da Cunha Island, the Falkland Islands. Look at all these Atlantic islands, just naming Atlantic islands. He's the king of all those islands. They're tiny, but Ascension, big mountain in the middle of it. Ascension, Tristan da Cunha, St. Helena, the Channel Islands, which are right there by France, but connected to the Atlantic Ocean. Bermuda Islands, right there in the middle of the Atlantic. The Bahama Islands, the Turks and Caicos Islands. He's the king of all of those island countries. And he has this program where they give out a royal warrant. It's like a little certificate that you can put on. It's not just whiskey. They have it on beer, candy, cookies, maybe frozen food, whatever you apply. You have to apply for it. I was looking at their website. It's called the Royal Warrant Program. And there's a board that they'll taste the products and decide if it's worthy of getting a royal warrant. And then you can have it for, I think every 3 years you have to renew it. And you might get it renewed, you might not. I have never been to France. But we flew over it in a plane, so I could see it. Looked like grass with hills. But I've been to Spain twice. Well, actually, I've been to Spain 3 times. I got kicked out. Then I had to go back. But I went once, got kicked out, went back again with the right paperwork. No, I've been there twice. Sorry. Twice. Yeah, I didn't have the right paperwork. They claimed. I think they were making a big deal out of nothing. You know, I was like, "You gonna worry about this?" That was just my attitude. I see you worrying about something like this, and they were like pointing at the door. You're not coming to Spain. I was already there. I guess I'm here, but I got kicked out. But I made it in 10 feet, 20 feet. But I came back, and it wasn't a hassle after that. But I was plenty aggravated. No, they didn't send me back on the plane. All right. Then I took a ferry, a ship, more like a ship than a ferry, but it's a ferry. You can put cars on it to Spanish Africa. Not both territories, just Ceuta, Ceuta. I didn't go to Melilla. It was too far away. It's like a 6 hour ship ride, but it's supposed to be a real interesting territory. But I didn't go there. I'd like to go, but I never went. You know. But I went to Ceuta, and they had a fort on the top of this mountain that was built by the Romans. The Romans, and they still use it. It's a military base. They wouldn't let me in. I didn't ask. I knew they wouldn't let me in. But they had so much liquor down there, man. It was amazing. I didn't drink it. I just looked at it. I drank beer. That was almost 2 years ago. Close to 2 years ago. Back to work. Dang it. Yep, I got to go back to work too. Tomorrow, not today. I'm not going to do a taste challenge if I got to go to work, typically. I just prefer the smokiness. Sorry. Just what I prefer. This one is not profoundly smoky. If somebody asked me, is Johnnie Walker Red Label a smoky scotch? I would say no. It's a sweet scotch with some smoky character in it. A Song of Fire, like I said, discontinued. Might be for now 2 years now. Like I said, it was only on the market 4, maybe at the longest extent 5 years. Subtle smoke. They're saying it's subtle smoke. Nah, there's no subtle smoke. There is no smoke. So I don't know what those guys were tasting over there at Johnnie Walker's blending factory, facility, headquarters. It's just all honey, sugar, corn syrup, and some vanilla. It's good. I like it, but I'm gonna take Johnnie Walker Red Label every day of the week. Now you could make the argument it's a moot thing because it's off the market. It's no longer produced, so why even do the taste challenge? I do agree with that generally, but you have to take this into account. There's probably thousands of bottles still on the shelves, and they'll stay there for years. And you might get it on discount because the stores don't really want it, just sitting there, you know, out of date. Some old television series that nobody even talks about anymore. So, well, that's how I got it. $14.99. Can't complain, you know. So, but I'm not too impressed with it, honestly. I'm not claiming that I saw some video reviews and people are very angry about it, you know, because they don't really like it. They just rushed it out. They were saying they just rushed it out. They just put anything out there. It's junk. I hate it. They were really angry about it. But their main gripe wasn't valid because they were fussing about that it wasn't smoky. So, but they were saying it had no flavor. No flavors, nothing here. Well, I would argue with that. There is flavor. May not be flavor you like. You may not like honey, sugar, corn syrup, and vanilla. I like all those things, but you may not, you know. So anyway, but the clear and present winner is the old classic Johnnie Walker Red Label. And this thing should last a lifetime. Honestly, look how much I have. Is there any way I'm going to get through this bottle? At this rate, I can't see that happening because I do so many other things. I do the brandy. the rum, the tequila, the mezcal, the rye whiskey, the bourbon whiskey, the American blended whiskey, the Canadian blended whiskey, the Irish blended whiskey, the single malt Scotch. There's so many. I can't see me getting through it. Now, do you want to see something amazing that I found today? Well, you might be watching from England and laugh and say, amazing. You're stupid. That's so common in the store. But I got an alert early this morning, and the guy said, you better go by that store because it might be a limited thing, but it looks like it's been on the market forever and ever. And they claim it was discontinued, but I know it's fresh now. They brought it back. I found it, $6.99 a 4-pack. Big cans, 500 milliliter cans. Does anybody want to see? I'll show you what I found today. If not, we out of here. I'm going to do something else. All right, so I'll show you what I found going once. I'll show you what I found going twice. Going. Well, that's all right. I'm going to do a solo review of it probably within the week, and then I'll post it, and you'll see this. I'm saying amazing. It might just be mediocre, but I doubt it, knowing the brewery. But it's amazing to me because there's not even a website listing for it. Online, it don't exist. In the store, it exists. I bought it today. So y'all will see. All right, bye-bye, everybody. Y'all take care.